We just started running towards the fence instead of the road to get away because it's just scary.
Moments of terror at a Florida high school football game when gunshots interrupt the action. Plus, shots fired at a Bradenton bar, what detectives say led up to the attack. And as more victims of red tide wash ashore, what the latest water tests are now showing. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 6:30.
Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini, and we start tonight in Manatee County, where deputies are trying to piece together what happened before a bar shooting overnight. Today, 2 people are recovering from gunshot wounds. ABC 7's Erica Jackson joins us live from the Manatee County Sheriff's Office to describe what deputies have learned so far. Erica?
Adam, good evening. Manatee County investigators are gathering different pieces of this puzzle, and now they're trying to put them all together. Deputies say the shooting took place at the Naisha Bar and Lounge, which is located just off 15th Street East in Onico. Deputies arrived at the scene to find a man with a gunshot wound in his leg. Then they learned another male victim was taken to the hospital. Security guards told deputies that 2 groups got into a fight inside the bar, which led to the shooting. We spoke with one of the bartenders who was outside of the lounge when the shooting took place. He says he was alarmed when he saw a security guard talking with sheriff's deputies.
I was very scared. I stayed outside because usually this is a quiet place. People, Spanish people, most of them Spanish people come to enjoy every weekend. There's never been any fight, anything.
Now, both victims are still recovering from gunshot wounds. This story is still developing as the investigation continues. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers, and we will bring you any new developments as they become available. Reporting live in Manatee County, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you very much, Erica. And some new developments tonight after a Florida high school football game turned violent on Friday night. Students running as shots rang out, the entire stadium evacuated.
We just started running towards the fence instead of the road to get away and go as further as we could. And I got like cuts from jumping over the fence, and we jumped over another barbed wire fence and just kept walking till we got to the houses. And we tried to like get people to answer, but nobody would answer.
2 people were shot at the Palm Beach Central High School football game just a few hours ago. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office wrapping up a press conference about this shooting. They say this was a targeted shooting and not a school shooting. The 2 people shot were not students, and at this time, they believe the 2 people involved shot those 2 victims due to past bad blood. The Palm Beach County Sheriff stressing that while the 2 suspects remain on the loose, students should not be afraid to go to school Monday.
So the biggest thing that we want, the chief and I want everybody to know is it's safe to go to school Monday. All right? There's no active shooter running around out there that's going to come back to the schools. They accomplished what they want to accomplish.
One of the 2 victims is in critical condition, while authorities say the second victim is expected to survive. Their identities have not yet been released. In light of recent events across the country, increased security is quickly moving to the forefront of people's minds, and the Suncoast is no different. As ABC 7's Jacqueline Matter reports, organizers are now moving forward with plans to boost safety measures at the Sarasota Farmers Market.
We feel very safe right now, but it all takes is one deranged individual.
Security in public places is on everyone's minds, which is why the Sarasota Farmers Market is looking to add new safety measures.
We get 500,000 people a year that attend the market just on Saturday mornings, 52 weeks a year, 500,000 people. So, we like to keep them safe.
Executive Director Phil Pagano says the new initiative aims to enhance pedestrian safety in downtown Sarasota. He recently presented a proposal to the Downtown Improvement District requesting money for additional barricades to be placed at the Main and Lemon and First Street and Lemon intersections, the market's busiest area.
For years, there was never crossing guards at this market. Now we have 4 during season, because at Main and Lemon, you know, folks will just wander around like, you know, they won't obey.
The request is for 16 Jersey-style barricades like these that can each be filled with 1,600 pounds of water. The placement of these barricades would protect visitors to the market from an attack similar to ones like we've seen recently across the world.
You know, if something happened yesterday, they'll be here today wondering, you know, how secure that we are. So we're always listening to the customers.
Those who come regularly say they're on board with the additional security.
We're really excited to hear about the initiatives they're taking on making it more safe.
With what's going on in the country today, you never know where, you know, when things are going to change.
As for cost, the Farmers Market is a nonprofit and hopes a grant will help fund their project. All this to ensure your weekend morning stroll through the streets of downtown Sarasota is as safe as it can be.
I think wherever you go, people want to feel secure where you go, whether it's a mall or whether it's a park or anywhere. So we try to keep up with, you know, is the best security we can.
In Sarasota, Jacqueline Matter, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you very much, Jacqueline. As red tide continues to plague the Suncoast, we are seeing more and more of its victims, the marine life. Today, a massive tarpon washing ashore on Lido Beach, adding to the tons of fish that have already washed up dead and been removed from local beaches, a suspected result of course, red tide. Other area beaches seeing much of the same. Take a look at these images sent in to us by a viewer. This is at Ken Thompson Park on City Island. In the latest red tide report released by Mote Marine Laboratory this afternoon, dead fish and respiratory irritation is being reported at all tested Suncoast beaches. The beaches with the heaviest amounts of fish kills include Siesta Key, Lido Key, and Venice Beach. And for a look at the full report, you can just go to our website, mysuncoast.com, or download our news app. Well, we had a special weather alert here on the Suncoast, and we take it over to Wendy Ross for a check on our first alert weather forecast tonight. Wendy, tell us more about that.
Adam, we had some very strong thunderstorms that moved through parts of Charlotte County and central Sarasota County, and that weather statement that was put out was a special weather statement by the National Hurricanes, or the National Weather Service, just letting us know that we had these very strong thunderstorms moving through the area with winds of up to 30 miles per hour, frequent lightning. You can see they're starting to die out a little bit, but they're still affecting portions of Sarasota and now beginning to move into the northwest. That's the direction of these showers. Heavy thunderstorms also around the Charlotte County area have finally died down, and we're looking at much quieter conditions there. And we're going to continue to see the opportunity for some showers forming, about a 20% chance though through the overnight time period, and so not a great chance of rain. But right now we've got temperatures in the upper 80s, close to 90 degrees. Can you imagine that? Adam, it's hot out there.
Yes, I can't imagine. I've been outside as well. Well, hundreds of voters were outside across Sarasota and Manatee counties, flocking to the polls on Saturday, the first day of early voting for the August 28th elections. Over 30,000 vote-by-mail ballots had been cast in Sarasota County leading up to Saturday's early voting opening, and in Manatee County they were close behind with over 26,000 absentee ballots returned. Aside from heated primaries for state and national races, including a governor's race later this year, local voting officials want to remind those registered as independent voters that there are still plenty of bipartisan races like school board and a few judges that they can vote on this ballot.
You know, we have county commission races. There's so much for people to vote on in this election. This is just a critical election year for everyone, so I would encourage people to make their voices heard.
The early voting period continues every day until next Saturday. There are 5 polling locations set up in each county, and unlike Election Day, voters can go to any of those locations if they want to cast a ballot. Well, check your mailboxes. New Medicare cards are coming soon For Floridians, the new cards are free and will be automatically mailed. You should expect them to arrive by the end of September. They won't have your Social Security number on them anymore. The cards also have new features to help beneficiaries detect and avoid identity theft and scams. Also, know that true Medicare representatives will never call people asking for any personal information, including Social Security numbers, bank information, or to pay for that new Medicare card. Well, still to come here on ABC 7, the world remembers one of the most celebrated diplomats and charismatic symbols of the United Nations. Plus, it's not all smiles and ball gowns. The reigning Miss America now accusing new leadership of bullying and manipulation.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
According to Golf Digest, 2 of the nation's top golf resorts are on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, the Auburn Opelika Marriott at Grand National, and the Renaissance Ross Bridge Golf Resort and Spa in Birmingham. Plus, the Marriott at Grand National was recognized as Hotel of the Year by Marriott International. Experience luxury and world-class golf Southern style. Visit rtjgolf/resorts or call 800-949-4444 to book your trip to the trail.
When I was growing up, my mom told us, always treat others the way you want to be treated. She did business with companies that shared her values, like Mutual of Omaha. She had a guaranteed whole life insurance policy through United of Omaha Life Insurance Company, a Mutual of Omaha company. When my mother passed away, her United of Omaha policy helped cover her funeral expenses and bills, and they had money on its way to us within 24 hours.
United of Omaha is here to take care of you. When you call the number on your screen, we'll help find the right policy for you. If you're between 45 and 85, you can get coverage up to $25,000 with no medical exam. Call us right now at the number on your screen.
Now I know I'll be taking care of my family, even after I'm gone.
United of Omaha guaranteed whole life insurance. Call or go online now. Be there for their future.
Mark Zupan, part of the U.S. Paralympic rugby team. In my game, movement is everything. I get frustrated when my move is blocked, especially when that guy has no right to be there, even just for a minute. I love a challenge, but I don't like to play this game every day.
A message from the United Spinal Association.
He was one of the world's most celebrated diplomats, the first black African Secretary General of the United Nations, a Nobel Peace Prize winner, and this evening the world mourning the loss of Kofi Annan. Annan died this morning at a hospital in Switzerland at the age of 80. ABC's Julia McFarlane looks back on his life.
You have wider horizons. There are no limits to what you can achieve.
He was the first black African to serve as UN Secretary General, the highest diplomatic office in the world. Born in 1938 into an elite family in the country now known as Ghana, the son of a provincial governor, the grandson of 2 tribal chiefs. In 1962, he began his career with the UN after graduating college in the US. Decades later, in 1997, Annan was elected to the organization's top post, a position he would hold until 2006. In 2001, Kofi Annan was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for his work in revamping the organization. But his time there was not without criticism. His department was accused of ignoring information in advance of the genocide in Rwanda, where nearly 800,000 people were massacred. And 2 years later in Srebrenica, an area UN troops promised to keep safe, more than 8,000 Bosniaks also killed. At UN headquarters today in New York City, a flag flying at half-staff in his honor. Secretary General Antonio Guterres calling him a guiding force for good. He spent his life working for peace even after he retired. Annan served as a special envoy to Syria.
Today's United Nations does more than ever before. It does it better than ever before. Yet, our work is far from complete. Indeed, it will never be.
Julia McFarlane, ABC News, London.
And the condolences are pouring in. Former President Bill Clinton and Secretary of State Hillary Clinton saying it was an honor to work with him. Former President Barack Obama saying a diplomat and humanitarian who embodied the mission of the United Nations. Well, the current Miss America's reign soon comes to an end next month, but she is not going quietly, taking aim tonight at her boss, accusing the newly appointed chairwoman, Gretchen Carlson, and the CEO of bullying. Carlson took over the historic pageant back in January, overseeing sweeping changes, including the elimination of the swimsuit contest. Now the crowned Miss America, Cara Mund, is speaking against her in a letter saying, quote, "To stay silent is to give away my power and the power of the women who will follow me. I am not comfortable with any of us being controlled, manipulated, silenced, or bullied." Caressa Jackson was Miss America 2010. She says she is not surprised by Cara's letter.
But I have seen some of Gretchen's intimidation and bullying behaviors even happen among us as former Miss Americas in our email chain. So if she would do it to us, then I know absolutely she would do it to the girl who's holding the crown.
Now, Carlson has since denied the allegations, telling People magazine, quote, "We have supported Cara for her entire year and we will continue to support her. It's just disappointing that she chose to air her grievance publicly and not privately." A petition is now calling for the resignations of Carlson, the CEO, and the entire board of trustees. Well, back here at home, Wendy Ross, as she just mentioned earlier in weather, we had a bit of a weather alert here that ended, I think, right around when we started.
Yeah, it ended at 6:30, and it started around 6 o'clock. So for that 30-minute window, we had some very strong thunderstorms that moved through parts of Charlotte County, central Sarasota County, and they were coming in with some real ferocity. It wasn't severe weather that was being reported, but just thunderstorms and 30-mile-per-hour winds. And amazing amounts of rain in a very short period of time. So that's what was taking place, and things have quieted down now, so we're not seeing as much. But we do have high pressure out in the Atlantic, and that high pressure system, I'm sorry, apparently we're having some microphone issues, so I'm going to be talking into Adam's microphone. But you can see that we do have blazing hot temperatures out there, but we do have that drier air that came in today, and then later on tonight we're going to be experiencing a few showers that are going to be around. About a 20% chance of rain is in our forecast for later on tonight. And you can see some of those showers and thunderstorms that are taking place. We're going to try to do a microphone adjustment here, so just give me a little bit of a second and we'll be able to see what's going on here. And you can see those showers that are moving towards the northwest right now. Most of that rain is going to be coming on in. I think I've got that. We're all set. And we're all set. Nope, apparently not. We're going to have to stop this. We're so sorry, but I'm going to go ahead and pass it back over to break, and we'll be right back as soon as we get our technical difficulties taken care of.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system could make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now, SoClean.com has released the world's first automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs and bacteria. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer, risk-free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
The SoClean works, and it's a really effective product, and I couldn't believe how easy it was to use.
SoClean works on all popular CPAP machines and masks, destroying CPAP germs and bacteria without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and walk away. Voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited-time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398, or visit SoClean.com today.
More energy?
Patty, what would you do if you had more energy?
Gosh. More energy? I'd probably be a happier guy. I wouldn't be so surly.
If I'd exercise more, I'd have a lot more fun.
Salsa dancing.
You get a lot more done during the day.
Take piano lessons.
I can be better to other people.
Energy equals happiness.
The potential for greater energy is already inside of you. Now you can make the most of it with Super Beets from Human.
What is this? Is it a superfood?
Concentrated beet crystals.
It's non-GMO, which makes me super happy.
It passes the test. A+.
It starts with one of the healthiest vegetables for your heart, beets.
They're in here and I can just drink them.
Beets, probably the worst vegetable in the world.
I love beets.
Super Beets concentrates an essential nutrient found in beets to promote heart-healthy energy.
It's really yummy.
Shockingly not bad.
Well, that's good.
3 beets in here? Oh my gosh.
Super Beets helps increase circulation, supports healthy blood pressure, and gets more oxygen flowing throughout your body naturally, which means more healthy energy to make the most of your day.
Dance more often, maybe.
Find out how to get a free canister with your first order, plus bonus gifts.
Call 1-800-201-6681 or go to buysuperbeets.com.
I could definitely use a little more energy, especially if it's from a natural source like beets.
That even tastes good.
I'll finish this, by the way. I really like it.
Call now and find out how to get a free canister with your first order, plus free indicator strips that show how it's working. This offer isn't in stores, but we'll ship it free right to your door.
Feel strong and you feel healthy and you feel like you can accomplish anything.
Find your energy.
Call 1-800-201-6681 or go to buysuperbeets.com.
I would for sure drink this.
Super Beets from Human.
Well, we're back, and we had a lot of rainfall that came through in a very short period of time, and I just wanted to show you the amounts that we saw. 1 to 2 inches of rainfall in parts of Sarasota, almost 2.5 inches down around Charlotte County. For the rest of tonight, things are going to be quieting down, and we are only expecting about a 20% chance of rain in our forecast throughout the overnight time period. And then once again tomorrow, we start to see those showers forming east and moving towards the west coast. We've had some dry air sitting on top of us throughout most of the day, but then we got that input of moisture, and that's what helped to bring about those thunderstorms this afternoon. So we've got a 20% chance until about 2 o'clock this morning, and you can see what happens when we don't get rain. It feels very, very hot out here, and so every place feeling as though those temperatures are very close to 100 degrees, even at this hour in places like Sarasota, Bradenton, and Venice. And we are looking at actual temperatures that are a little bit cooler than that, and you can see these temperatures are mostly in the upper 80s along the coastline, around 90 degrees. Where it's been raining is very evident by the cooler temperatures that we're seeing. Now, we did not have a record high today, but we did get up to a high of 92 degrees, and that certainly is hot enough. And if you're heading to the beach, winds will be out of the southeast at 10 knots, seas 1 to 2 feet for tomorrow. And this is what it looks like over the next several days. We're looking at a 40% chance of rain through Tuesday, and then we bring those chances back up again just in time for Friday and Saturday with a 60 and 40% chance, and those highs stay right around that 90-degree mark. Adam?
Now, sports. The Buccaneers are playing their second preseason game tonight against the Titans, but there should be little surprises between these two teams. After the Bucs' preseason win against the Dolphins, they packed up for Nashville, where they have spent the last week holding joint practices against the Tennessee Titans. Players say it's been a nice break from the monotony of hitting each other all the time, but can we expect any more surprises now that the starters for both teams have gone back and forth so many times already?
since we practice against a team for 2 days, you'll tweak your formations and your defensive alignments and just make a few adjustments so we're ready for Saturday night.
They'll know our stuff a little better than they would if we wasn't practicing against them. But we know their stuff as well, so that goes hand in hand.
Tonight, these teams scrimmage under the lights with kickoff starting at 8 p.m. Ryan Fitzpatrick is expected to start again for the Bucs with Jameis Winston's suspension looming. Winston and Titans QB Marcus Mariota were the top 2 picks of the 2015 NFL Draft. Well, Miami played its second preseason game last night in Carolina. Former first-round pick Christian McCaffrey gashed the Finns early for a 71-yard touchdown run, and that is more yards than he put up in any one game during his rookie year last season. The Dolphins defense bouncing back, picking off Cam Newton later in the quarter. It's Xavier Howard who jumped in front of that pass, finally driven out of bounds by Newton. It was a good night for Ryan Tannehill as well, 14 of 17 for 100 yards and no picks for the Miami starting quarterback. And high school football is officially back on the Suncoast. 19 of our local teams participating in the preseason kickoff classic games. Some notable scores: defending state champion Venice tying Plant High School out of Tampa 25-25, and Braden River buried Lehigh Acres 49-27 behind a 5-touchdown performance from Brian Batty. Regional finalists Riverview lost to state powerhouse Armwood 44-14, and Manatee beat North Miami 16-9. 2 7A schools got wins for their new head coaches. Lakewood Ranch beating Osceola by a bunch, and Sarasota edges Palm Harbor by just an extra point. And remember, Football Friday night returns next Friday for the start of the regular season, and you can catch all your area scores and highlights right here on ABC 7 following the 11 p.m. news. Well, if you're scared of heights, this next video may make you a little bit uncomfortable. A new glass-bottom suspension bridge just opened in northeast China. It's almost the length of 4 football fields and about 170 yards high. More than 10,000 people showed up to take those stomach-churning steps across this thick glass. It's quite a sight, and vertigo must be a national sport in China. They have dozens of these dizzying transparent walkways, and I will not set foot on any of them.
Oh, I've been to the CN Tower up in Toronto, and I've been able to look down. It doesn't bother me at all, but then I'm also surrounded by, concrete walls, so it's okay.
I don't know. I'm the type, if I see that in a picture or video, my legs start to feel weak.
Do they
So
really?
yeah, I can't do it.
I get excited. I like it. I love heights. Love heights.
No way. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again at 11 o'clock.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
Planning a Carnival Fantasy Cruise out of Mobile? Then check out the park and cruise packages at the luxurious Battle House and Renaissance Riverview Plaza hotels. Stay at the Battle House for $169 per night, or the Riverview Plaza for just $149 per night, and leave your car for the duration of your cruise. Includes transportation to and from the cruise terminal. If you're cruising out of Mobile, come stay with us. Call 1-800-MARRIOTT or visit Marriott.com now.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-871-1644. 800-871-1644.